Hello everyone. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the 5 different ways that we receive signs, either from our own intuition, the universe, everything is connected. So this is the topic of the month in the Dream Mystics membership. So I've been talking a little bit about it here in this page, and I wanted to just really break it down in how I see the progression of the signs that come up when we're not in alignment or when something is really trying to get our attention. So the first way, and my favorite, of course I have to start with this, is dreams. Definitely our dreams are the way that our subconscious is showing us what's going on with us. It's giving us signs, messages. If you're debating between two things, two decisions, it's going to really show you where your heart is at. And that is, for me, the best way to get these signs, right? But the thing is that not everybody remembers their dreams. And, in the way that they communicate with such imagery, it can be a little bit hard to decipher, right? That's definitely what I teach and what I share about. So hopefully you've been watching along and seeing, the resources that I have for you all so that you can start getting those clear messages in your dreams and just really see what a wealth of knowledge and awareness that is once you are able to wake up from that dream and just immediately know what that message was for you, and then you can take action for your day and get back in alignment if it's trying to tell you that you're steering away from it or just something isn't feeling right. So that's definitely the first one, and that's what this whole page is about. So I definitely talk about this every day, all day. But let's talk about the other ways, right? So if you're not remembering your dreams or it's really still hard to decipher those messages, we're getting the signs everywhere, right? So I did talk about angel numbers last week. So if you didn't see that video, you can check that out in my playlist, IGTV or YouTube, wherever you're seeing this. But the next way is through our emotions. So if you're talking to someone or someone says something and it rubs you the wrong way, we usually kind of get that initial trigger or that feeling, the emotion, and that's where the conscious mind tries to downplay it and starts saying like, they didn't mean that, or I'm just over exaggerating, or I'm just going to ignore it, and it brushes it off. But that is a key indicator as well, the emotion that comes up, that trigger, that red flag. But the more that we ignore that, the more we ignore it, the more the signs become a lot louder. So the next one is the body. If you're ignoring the dreams, if you're ignoring the emotions and the subconscious, those little subtle messages, then your body is going to scream, right? And an example that I have for these 3 is, for me, I've dealt with TMJ for years now, and I always have dreams where I am either choking on something or I can't scream. Those are all related to throat chakra issues, which relate to not speaking your truth or holding onto things, maybe not speaking certain boundaries and just brushing it off, trying to be a people pleaser instead of standing up for yourself. So I've struggled with that, and it shows up in dreams. But then if I continue to ignore it, then the next thing is that when I am or when I have been, because I've gotten a lot better at this, when I have been in situations where I want to speak out something, then sometimes I'll feel like my throat is closing up, or I'll get nervous, all around this area. And finally, it has progressed to, I would hold tension here in my jaw, and it's progressed to TMJ. So now I'm going to physical therapy for it, and it's actually been locked for a while. There's been times where it locks during certain periods of time, and that is when, at least this last time that it's locked, I have been doing energy work aside from the physical therapy to really see, okay, I understand the physical effect of it, right? I injured my jaw, by just forcing it open the other day. But aside from that, it's also, I've been doing the energy work, the journaling, pendulum work, the cards, just really tapping in and noticing where I am holding my truth, either to people please or just because I don't know, I'm just, for whatever reason, right? Fear or whatever. So the interesting thing with that in my personal story is that the more energy work I'm doing, the more I'm releasing that fear of voicing my thoughts. And I have been reaching out to people just, that I wanted to speak to, that I haven't talked to in years, just to thank them for something or other. And one case specifically that happened on Friday, I reached out to this person who was really a key point in me starting, my dream business, even though he didn't know it. And as soon as I finished speaking to him, my jaw started clicking, meaning it was realigning. And today I just got out of my session and we actually got it open. I mean, it's still sore and I still need to be careful and work on it, but we're doing a little side note, but we're putting like popsicles to keep it open, and we were able to reach that max number. So it was like a big highlight, and I know that the physical therapy is working, the exercises I'm doing, but a key indicator as well was that I was able to voice some things that I wanted to speak to, and immediately it started clicking in place, right? So that was a long story for just how I see it play out in my life. So first, the dreams. We got to start noticing the dreams. Also the emotions, and then if you're ignoring it, then it does progress into your body, right? And the body, sometimes it's easier to understand because you can really see like, okay, it hurts here, it hurts back here. And another little side note that I've been doing and that I would recommend is, throughout your day, have these moments to check in with your body. My therapist calls it purposeful pauses, and I love that. We are so busy all the time, right? It's kind of like become like such a goal to be busy, be overly productive all the time. But why can't we just take those quick little 3, 5, however many minutes you have throughout your day or between meetings, and just sit quietly and just check in with your body. Just see what you're feeling, no judgment, just an observation. And then from there you can, I hold a lot of my tension here in my shoulder, you can just stretch it, or sometimes I just go randomly in child's pose or do some stretches that help me with that. So becoming more aware of your body too, as a side note, but that's also going to help you be able to pinpoint quicker when there is like a gut feeling, or you feel something physically when you're around somebody, or when a situation happens, or just those little hints, right? Those little signs that we get, because that's our intuition, our body trying to tell us something. And then the next thing would be people. So if you're really ignoring all these signs, everything is really going to conspire to help you see them. And people, or what I call messengers, can say something in a way that is going to make you think of something. So for example, you may see a post or a quote, or you may be talking to a friend that's sharing their own random story, and that is going to give you some type of message to your own story, even though they're completely different, but it relates to you in a certain way. It kind of gives you that aha moment. And I'm always aware of, things like that, messages, quotes, things that I see that are speaking to what I'm currently working on. That's another way that you can get signs. And then if you are ignoring everything, then the universe will bring something outside of your control, just an outside environment that really pushes you and kind of forces you. And this is the one that I try to not get to. The way that I've seen it before, at least in my case, is if I'm like always in a rush and I'm like hurrying around or whatever, or the last time this happened a couple months ago, I was rushing to go get my puppies to their appointment. They weren't with me, but I was gonna go pick them up. And then I just, somebody hit me. It was just kind of like the car in the back hit me, so I hit the car in the front. And I had to slow down. I missed the appointment, but it was, for me, I saw it as a message that, okay, you need to slow down. Because even though it wasn't my fault, but some outside, event happened that forced me to slow down. So I just ended up playing with my puppies and enjoying the rest of the day because I picked up on that message. So that is a quick rundown of the different ways that we get signs, and also the progression of how the signs get louder and louder the more you ignore them. So that is all I wanted to share today. I would love to hear in the comments if you, how these signs have shown up. Have you seen that progression within yourself as well? Maybe something that you're currently working on, maybe something that you ignored in the subtle kind of dream emotions that progressed into a physical discomfort or situation. I would just love to hear all of that. And if you want to learn more, I dive a lot deeper in the Dream Mystics membership, which is my community. Every month we cover a different topic, and this month is all about the universe, the universal signs that come our way, and also how we can tap into our own intuition, because we know what's best. We have all the answers within. We just have to tap in a little bit more to really see them. Let me see what I have here. I've seen symbols in waking life and in my dreams. Yeah, definitely write those down. I love writing them down and then going back to them as well, because then that's going to make you more aware. If you have a similar dream or a similar symbol show up, then you can say, okay, the first time it happened, it was preparing me for this. Maybe there's something that I'm needing to prepare for now. So thank you for sharing that. All right, everyone, I look forward to reading your comments, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.